Hi, I'm Matt, welcome to my kitchen. I don't believe anyone should be afraid of cooking, so I'm going to show you 4 simple recipes to help you stay healthy and happy this Christmas. It wouldn't be Christmas without a little bit of indulgence, and this is what we're about to make in my Christmassy chocolate orange fridge cake. Really quick to prep, really good to eat. Perfect with an espresso, a cup of tea or a glass of sherry. So what we're going to start off with first is our sultanas in the pan, but here comes the good bit. Cointreau. So yes, the booze. My mum's recipe had 3 tablespoons, but I'm not my mum, so I'm going to add 4. What we're going to do is warm through the sultanas with the booze, because that way they will absorb a bit of the alcohol, and when you bite into this fridge cake you're going to get a sudden burst of Cointreau goodness. Now, if you're not a Cointreau fan, which is an orange liqueur, you could use rum, brandy, you name it, just not Baileys. So, low heat, turn it down. Just want to gently warm through those sultanas and it's going to smell amazing in here. We all know Christmas can be a stressful time, so it's time to take out our anger and frustrations on our biscuits, ready for later on in the recipe. So I've got a bag of digestives here, a big enough rolling pin. This is the smallest rolling pin I have. And we're just going to take out all our anger. Give it a little shake, because there'll often be 1 or 2 that escape the anger. There is our biscuit rubble, ready for later on. So I'll set that to one side. The sultanas is smelling amazing. The smell of booze is wafting in my face. Perfect. So I'm going to turn the heat off, leave them to sit at one side whilst I crack on with the rest of the cake. So into my bowl, I'm going to put all my chocolate, yes, 350 grams. If you aren't a dark chocolate fan, you can do a mix of milk and dark, or if you really like it sweet, you could do all milk. But I think there's enough sweetness in this, so a bit of richness from the dark chocolate will be fine, even for those of us who aren't a fan of dark chocolate. To my chocolate mix, I'm going to add my butter, and then I'm going to stick this bowl on my scales and weigh out 75 grams of golden syrup. It's more expensive to buy your golden syrup in a bottle, but I think the convenience outweighs that cost for me anyway. So 75 grams of this golden goodness. Now this bowl is going to go over some simmering water and it's all going to melt together. One thing I've started doing recently is I season anything with chocolate, so that means yes, a little pinch of salt, Dad, I'm sorry, but it really makes your saliva glands go crazy and the chocolate just tastes amazing. So, little pinch of salt, crumbled into that chocolate mix. Promise you, it will work. You don't have to stir this too often, you can virtually forget about this. The chocolate mix is now melted. I want to stick my finger in and eat it right now, but sadly not, I'm going to be good and restrained. Add the zest of 2 clementine satsumas. If you've got 1 orange, just use 1 large orange. That's fine, but nothing says Christmas more than orange to me. So in goes all that zesty goodness, all that flavour into the bowl. We're also now going to add in our sultanas that are plumped up, along with the remaining Cointreau. Get those last few in. Give it a stir, and then finally we've got to add in those biscuits that we smashed earlier. This is so versatile. If there's anything I've put in here you don't like, change it up. You can use the chocolate base mix for a variety of fridge cakes. So now I'm just going to combine all those really good ingredients. It's so good. You could just eat it with a spoon if you've got little patience, but try to wait for it to be cold. Don't forget, you can have it with that glass of sherry, so it's worth waiting for that. All that's left to do now is to pour this chocolatey mix into your prepared baking tin and whack that in the fridge. Push it down into the four corners of your baking tin. You don't have to press it down too tightly, just make it as level as you can. So now we're going to put this in the fridge for 4 hours minimum, or leave it overnight. I have been really patient for 4 hours now and done nothing but dream of this moment, and it's time to bring the cake out of the fridge. Yes. We've taken it out of the pan now, and all that's left to do is to cut it into squares, treat size squares. One final touch, it would not be Christmas without some snow. So dust the top of your fridge cake lightly with a little bit of icing sugar to give it the perfect festive finish. It's so good! The best bit is when you bite into one of those sultanas. Even if you don't like sultanas, it just tastes like caramel and booze, and it's so good. Enjoy! There we have 4 fabulous festive food treats for you to enjoy this Christmas, and I hope you have an amazing Christmas and look forward to seeing you in the new year. Merry Christmas.